What's up, YouTube? I am playing El Sokolin. This guy used to torment me as a child, so I'm still psyched out by him, even though, clearly rating-wise, I shouldn't be too scared. But I'm sure he's a really fast and good blitz player, too. I think A5's the move, right? Man, I'm supposed to have this, thing that tells... Oh, whatever. It's supposed to say when I get a new follower, but I'm doing it wrong. I know this is not the move here. I just don't know why. I'm just going to take, and we'll find out. So what if I go c6? Or queen c8, actually. Like, what's wrong with queen c8? I'm going to do it. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm just going to take it. Okay. I almost want to go here, but no, I'm going to go back to e7. One thing about Sokolin, when I used to play him in New York, he was a very fast player. I think he has a 3-0 record against me in tournament games, and they were like really annoying games. Like, one game I was just up a pawn and I just lost. It was just pathetic. Am I going to take or move my knight? I guess I'll take it. I don't know what's happening. I kind of want to check him. I was going to put my knight on d5. Is it better to put it in e4? I don't know. I'm going to put it here. I mean, I'm up a pawn. I don't see, like, that he has some huge compensation. What about knight e7? Hell yeah. I would love the opportunity to trade knights. I'm not sure. I think I have a good position. Oh yeah, this guy, the first time we played, he completely smashed me in the New York Open. Like, my queen was on h1, and I was white. And, like, my king was on g2 in the opening. Like, didn't make any sense. Second time we played, I think I just won a pawn. And he maybe sacrificed it, maybe I won it. It's hard to say, but it was ugly. All right, let's think. I mean, objectively, I should trade pieces, right? Because, okay, I'm going to take it. I'm going to c6. Threatening knight d4, so he's got to stop that. I have threats because of this pin. Okay, I'm thinking rook e8. I'm not sure which rook, but probably this one. Yeah. If he moves king g1, I go d5, probably. Or d6, right? Now what? Knight e7, followed by knight g6. Oh, he can take on d6, sorry. I kind of want to go d6 here, though. If he wins the pawn, I start to get open lines, and this pin on the f3 square becomes sort of annoying. Like, moves like rook e2 are also strong. I just gotta be careful not to get mated after, like, knight g5. But I don't think that's too dangerous. So now knight e5 is playable, but, like, not especially strong. So I was planning to go rook e2, which I felt was, like, more annoying. If rook d7, then I don't know. Maybe it's something to be annoyed about. Let's see, knight e5, no big threat. If rook e2, rook d7, his pieces are starting to become really strong. So maybe I should look for some kind of more passive approach. Rook e6 is interesting. No, it's bad though. Look, I'm losing on time now. Knight e5 does nothing. Alright, I'm gonna play the active, oh god, but queen d5. I just noticed. So it's with knight e7. I know I'm spending too much time here, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm losing on time. See, this guy still owns me. He's up a minute. I'm facing pressure. Look at this. He's going to win a pawn. I can go knight c6. I'm sorry, knight c8. And if rook d7... It's kind of ugly, actually. I can do it, though. What about knight g6, rook b6, queen e4? When in doubt, go for activity, I guess. I have knight h4 ideas. Okay, is it good, knight h4? It's probably not bad. Maybe it is bad. Well, that's probably a draw, actually. I mean, it's at least a draw. Unless he has some move like... Okay, I think you could go maybe king f1. But... So now I can at least draw with queen h3. So that's nice to know. What do I do? What do I do? Queen takes knight, rook takes rook, queen d1. That doesn't help. It's going to be a draw. Man. Whatever. It's very important to play young people when they're children and then beat them a bunch of times, because then no matter what, they're always kind of a little scared of you. What's up, Sucker Snicker? And Get Gobby? How you guys doing? Let's look at this game. So I mean, he sacks a pawn. It should basically be okay for me. Maybe I should go d6 now. I don't know. Maybe like bishop c5, actually. It's interesting. Threatening knight d4. He would have to do, I mean, king g1 or something. I don't know. It's a computer thing. I think I'm a bit better. I mean, my move, I just figured I'd have something here, but the more I look at it, I'm kind of worried about my position. And the engine agrees. I mean, the engine's a very weak engine, but it still kind of agrees that white is slightly better. I don't know, I thought like rook e2, but the more I looked at it, I was like, my rook here is not developed. This rook is really active. This queen is really active. I saw a move like queen to d5. It just looked like his pieces are really centrally located, whereas mine are kind of off in the sidelines. So I decided to play kind of a really passive. I knew it was passive, but I was running out of time. Again, I could play another passive move with knight c8. I just thought like my pieces are getting too passive after rook d8 and like rook d1. I didn't want to deal with this, so I decided, you know what, when in doubt, play a more active move. So I put the knight on g6, hoping it could someday do something useful. And it very quickly did. I mean, I had this knight h4 idea. I thought he would go queen c6, actually. But then I have queen g4. Like, I'm creating threats. Knight f4 is the idea. It's not so clear. So I think this was actually a really good decision. Thanks, Mikos. Mikos says, nice save. And I sort of agree. I mean, probably he has something good here. Let me see, though. Rook e1, it says he's winning. So that's funny, because that's what he played. Yeah, I briefly thought, like, what if he goes king f1? But what about this move also? If queen takes, rook takes, like, do I actually have something here? Well, very likely I don't. I mean, so I'm probably losing. Yeah, I think he just panicked. King h3, yeah. I mean, I could kind of realize it was happening, and then before I could even calculate the consequences, he moved, so I didn't have a chance. King f1, also, I wasn't so sure what to do. Let me see what the computer says. Yeah, I'm also in trouble here. I mean, so I was actually pretty lucky. In this key moment, like he didn't even think about it. He took in 7 seconds. But I mean, it's obviously just a draw once he takes. So this would be a moment for him where he should definitely spend some time, because I mean he's skewering my queen to my rook. So I saw this move, which I didn't see king h3 in the game, because it looks kind of risky. But yeah, he could have beat me if he played this move. So what's the lesson of this game? Well, first lesson is I think I was correct to play actively with knight to g6, even though it didn't quite work. But it gave me tactical opportunities. Queen e4 is losing though, so it's tough. I could go queen c8 with the idea of knight f4 and the same tactics. Yeah, I'm definitely worse, but you know, there's a lot of tricks. But you know, I was too tempted by this idea. But the real important lesson is, you know, when you're way up on time, and like after this move, it's so obviously a forced draw. So the game's just going to end after pawn takes knight. So why not spend 20 seconds just to look for something more? And then he would have won. And you know, he's a strong enough player to find it. The guy was known as like one of these IMs who it was like really weird that he wasn't a GM. Like back in the day, he was like really high rated USCF, like 2650. He qualified for the US Championship by rating as an IM. Nowadays, that's not possible because there's more GM norm opportunities. Somebody like this would absolutely have gotten the GM title if he was playing at his strength that he had back then, if he was playing today. Like, absolutely. So anyone like this guy's strength is now a GM. But back then he wasn't. He was just a super strong IM, like the strongest in the country, almost by far, next to, I guess, Igor Ivanov, who also would be obviously a GM today. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing in the world that's changed. I mean, anyone who's like even close to GM strength is always a GM nowadays. If they play enough, it's like you just can't not be a GM. Like if you're like 2,500 FIDE. Like, I mean, if I played all the time, like I'm sure I would just get it by accident. Because, you know, every now and then you're just going to have a good tournament. It just happens. And back when I was younger, it wasn't like it is today, where like every tournament you can make a norm. Like World Open, every tournament, there's norm tournaments everywhere. I think you can play in the US alone, you could probably play like 10 norm tournaments a year. And when I was a kid, it was more like 3, maybe. It was like the World Open, and maybe the New York Open, and I don't even know if there's anything else, honestly. So like to get other norm opportunities, you would have to get invited to closed tournaments, which I think even today there's more of those. The St. Louis Club is running a lot of them. The Charlotte Center is now running a lot of norm tournaments. I think that in California they run some. So it's just this new culture where anyone who's close to GM level just gets it. If they just play enough. And what does it mean close to GM level? I don't know. Like if you're probably like almost 2,500 FIDE, you can't not get it. I think if you're like 2,450, then you still have to work a bit. Because you do need to get your rating above 2,500 at some point. But like if you can stay at the 2,470, 2,480 level, at some point you're going to have a good streak. Just pop over 2,500 for a moment. You can pop back down. It's okay. But as long as you're over like once, you're set. And you never have to get over it again. And I don't know. It's definitely a better situation for people who want to become a grandmaster. But I think the key is to become like solid 2,480 strength, and then you're just going to get it. That's my general feeling. Like for this guy not to be a GM, I mean, he was really strong. Like really, really strong. I'm sure he's still strong today, but he's like 15 years later and he doesn't play actively anymore. So it's probably not as strong as he was back then. Anyway, thanks for watching. Miraculously, I drew. Bye-bye.